Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of the Quip Corner with Ada. Yes, this is still part of the mango season. Well, please join me in the Quip Corner as I share one of the lessons from mangoes and a related quip. See you in a bit. Thank you so much for staying tuned. You may remember that in April I chose a fruit that I felt was my mom's favorite. My mom of blessed memories, birth month is April. So I chose the avocados. Okay, I'll put a link to that video up there for you. But I chose it because it was one of her favorites. Truth be told, I chose mangoes for August because it was one of my dad of blessed memories favorite fruits as well. And my mom loved mangoes too. So this is an interesting combo because I'm wearing something I made out of one of the fabrics I inherited from her as I make this video to honor the memory of my father. You would have seen the other videos when I had guests talking about mangoes. Okay, I'll put the links up there for you. The lessons from mangoes and their takeaways from the lesson and from the quip. Today we're doing a similar thing. And interestingly, the lesson I'm choosing and quip remind me of my parents. Because I've said it several times that I learned a lot about leadership from my parents, just watching how they interacted with employees or the people who worked with them or for them or whatever, right? And so I want to honor both their memories because I thank God for all that they deposited in me. When I was talking with Pastor Ramide, as you may remember from last week's video, okay, I'll put the link up there. I had promised to put the link up there, but so right there, you'll get it for sure. She mentioned that mangoes could be yellow or red or green. And, as I prepared for this video, I realized that yesterday I had eaten the yellow mango I had. Whatever. But thankfully, I had other mangoes, a different species this time. And I'd say more like the ones my parents enjoyed. Bigger. Those ones were bigger. I mean, like this one, you can see it still has a bit of the green, and then this is a bit of the red. I also have same species, just a bigger size, where you can see the yellow and the red. So sometimes you get mangoes that are multicolored, and some that are just maybe all red or all yellow or all green. Yummy, whichever way, once they're ripe, of course. So I just thought, I should just throw that in. The lesson from mangoes, the lesson is, I'll just read it from here, is a mango proves that you don't have to be hard to be impactful. Approachable leaders often leave the most lasting impressions. Mangoes, some of them are hard, some of them are soft, but the juiciest of mangoes are soft, succulent, and they leave a lasting impression. So, as a leader, you don't need to be hard to make impact. Before I go all that way, let me share a quip from my 5th book, 101 Quips and Quotes to Put to Work at Work, which I also call the workbook. This quip was derived from a lesson I learned from one of my managers. And of course, I had to give him credit. The quip goes, one of my managers, MAN, Mark, you know yourself, taught me that when you take care of the people will take care of the work. when you take care of the people will take care of the work. So, as I was saying, it's not about being hard to be impactful, like the mango. Watching the way my parents related with the people that worked for them or with them, I learned how I could be kind to the people who I work with and make impact. I mean, for both of them, years after they passed, each time I interacted with people who had worked with them, it was still the same. Oh, I remember she was a very kind woman, talking about my mother. Or, my father, he was a considerate person. I remember times when the people who worked with or for them, maybe they came to the house, whether they were drivers or whatever, there was always a warm meal. There was always kindness around. And that, or those acts of kindness, left lasting impressions. As I said, acts of kindness, I feel it's important to make a distinction between being kind and being nice. I'm not saying that leaders need to be nice. I'm saying they need to be kind. Because the leaders they'll say, oh yes, I don't want to be hard, I want to be nice. Sometimes the niceness is not helpful because you're not giving people the appropriate feedback at the right time. But if you're a kind leader, you would give the right feedback at the right time. Remember my quip about being candid, not candid, as a leader? Yes. Even in your being candid, like I say, you can be kind. You don't need to be unkind to be candid. What kind of leader are you? What kind of impression have you left on those who work with you, those who work with you or for you? I'm just rambling almost. If you remember from my conversation with Pastor Nike, we're talking about bruising, right? And even when I was talking with Coach D, okay, I'll see if I can put that link to that. That was last month's video. But we're talking about how you don't bruise the people you work with. If you're nice, you could bruise them because you're not preparing them for the real world. You don't want a situation where they finally get honest feedback and they wonder, how come my manager never told me? I remember sitting in performance evaluation sessions, maybe we're reviewing all the members in a team where several leaders roll up into a different leader, and we're saying, okay, let's assess this pool of employees or team members. And you hear managers give feedback. Oh no, this person does this way or doesn't do this properly, and so on and so forth. And I usually ask, does that team member know this? Or is this just said in this room? That's unkind. Being nice and totally unkind. Because you cannot improve what you're not aware of. I say that feedback is a gift. But if you don't give that gift to others, how can they unwrap it and use it? I know that it's not every gift that you give people that they use or care for. Because sometimes you give people feedback and they're like, whatever. But if you are going to be that leader that leaves a lasting impression, you want to be an honest leader. Such that wherever in the world your team members go to, they would remember, yes, I remember this manager. I remember working with Ada. She left a lasting impression, a lasting positive impression. Have you had any leaders that have left a lasting, positive, or negative, unfortunately, impression on you? What did you do with that? Did you become a better person such that if you are or when you become a leader, you do leave a positive impression? You know, even from negative impressions, you can choose not to be like that. You've heard me say that from the leaders that were not the very best, I have learned what not to do. And so can you. Oh, that was poetic. Oh, I'm working on a poetry book. It will come out soon. I don't know when, but keep praying for me. And keep rooting for me. But I really would like to learn from you, from your experience. We'd all like to learn from you. So please add your comments below this video and feel free to share this video with others. Thanks again for being part of my world. I appreciate you. God bless you. Bye now.